My name is Keely, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, I thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different. Basically, my fiance and I went out, we had dinner, we had 2 cocktails, and I had a great time. And I'm the type of person who doesn't go out and drink very much, but when the good times start, I like to keep them going. So, I thought it would be fun to open up a drink. I have this Flying Embers Black Cherry Rose hard seltzer from Ojai, California. I have no idea where we got this, honestly, but it's in our fridge. It's pretty bad. I don't know. It's fairly okay. Anyway, I thought it would be fun. We open up a drink, we film a video for some reason, and we sew together. Now, small disclaimer, I would not recommend opening up some drinks and sewing on your own. That being said, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it for 2 reasons. 1, it seems kind of silly and fun, and 2, I feel like I've sewn since I was 6. And basically, when I was a very young kid, I had all this creative energy, and I was so excited to make things that I just made them. I didn't think about making them perfect or well. I just put them together with whatever creative juices I had in me. And as I've gotten older, I have become a perfectionist, which I think in some ways is a good thing because the things I make are better, but it's also now a lot harder for me to make things, and I make a lot fewer things because it is hard coping with perfectionism. So I want to sort of capture some of that childlike energy, some of that F it, I want to make something because I can make something energy. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make something because I can, and that's cool. I don't know if any of you guys watched Project Runway Void while growing up, but I was a big Project Runway kid. Mood sells fabric online now. And I bought this fabric. It's a pretty big print. It's got a sun and apples and naked people on it. And I think it's really cute and fun. So I think it would be cute and fun to make this maybe into a maxi skirt because it's such a big print that in a maxi skirt, some of the print would come across. So I'd take the time to explain to you what I'm about to do, but let's be honest. Whatever this video is going to be titled, something along the lines of Get Drunk and Sew With Me or Buzz Sewing Tutorial, I don't know. Whatever it is, you probably didn't click on it for instructional values. Clicked on it to be entertaining. I'm going to keep it brief. Basically, I'm going to take a skirt that I like the fit of, lay it out against my fabric. Now, this skirt is a stretch fabric, and the fabric I'm using to sew is not a stretch fabric, which basically means it's probably not going to be 100% right. So, instead of creating a problem for myself, I also laid another skirt that I like the fit of over my fabric that is a non-stretch fabric. So basically, we're going to use a stretchy skirt and a non-stretchy skirt, both of which that I think fit me well, to cross-compare the size we're looking for. Then, we're pretty much just going to cut it out, but a little bit big. This is horrifying. I can't remember the last time I was well, this will be good enough. So we're just going to cut, and it's a scary feeling. What if this turns out horribly? I mean, it really can't turn out that bad. It's just a skirt. Still, oh my God, it's scary. Clearly, I'm not drunk enough. What if I hate it? Well, it doesn't look great, but this is going to be the front of my skirt. Okay, the reason I didn't cut out the back yet actually feels like it's going to be a little tight on me. Oh no. Okay, we're going to cut the back out bigger, much larger than this size. What I'm going to do for the back is I was going to fold it in half and then double cut. I'm not sure if I'm explaining this well. So for the back, I want like a seam down the back. So I want to make 2 pieces, and that looks already a little small, and I didn't measure at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut the back a little bit big, kind of go from there. So if it's bigger in the back and tighter in the front, I don't think that's the end of the world. We obviously won't be adding anything fancy to this. By that I mean new pockets, because, well, that's just not the point of what we're doing here. I'm kind of intimidated now, which like was the opposite point. But I feel like I flew in and now I'm like scared I've messed it up. But I mean, the point is it's supposed to be fun and creative and like I'm not supposed to be worried about effing it up. I'm supposed to just do it because it's fun. You know, now I see why like a lot of the famous artists we're familiar with were like substance abusers, because if you do have crippling perfectionism, it's really hard. But also, if you're the type of person who has crippling perfectionism, like maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say too much because then it's going to make it seem like I have an ego. But like I feel like I have perfectionism because I know I'm capable of making nice stuff. And I just have a hard time coping with that expectation. So we're just going in. In my head, like 30 minutes before I started filming and cutting things, I thought this was going to be such a fun and cute idea. Now that I'm sewing, I'm like just afraid I'm messing it up. I'm doing this drunk because I want to be just brazen enough that I want to remind myself I can do this well. Maybe if I have enough extra, I can make this into a top, because that would be cute. A little matching set moment. I thought I would be self-confident enough to do this with just like a subtle buzz. I feel like this tells us so much about the world. You know, when I was a kid, I absolutely despised threading machines. I thought it was the worst thing ever. And now as an adult, I still despise it. But I at least have the self-awareness to recognize that threading machines is easy and I'm being stupid. Okay, figure out what I'm working with. I think I'm just gonna go down the sides and kind of see where we're at. Did I do this wrong? I did do this wrong. Swimming start, we're off to, Kaylee. It's literally a maxi skirt. It's not the end of the world. You're not making couture, you're not boning a corset. You really can't fuck it up that much. Do you guys like the pep talk words I'm giving myself? Okay, let's go for it. I'm not doing any finishing seams or anything because this might not turn out well, so I might want to undo things. I feel like I can go back and finish it well once I know it's okay. You know what? Black cherry rose hard seltzer sounds like right up my alley. It sounds like something I would love. And to be honest, I'm fairly disappointed by it. This is so funny. This is so bad. Like, look at these seams I cut. Like, look at... That is the point. You can make it look pretty later. Right now, it's supposed to just be fun. I feel like a lunatic. Okay. Let's see what we're working with in the fit department. I know you can't see, but it's really not that bad. Like, I think I want bottom to remain the same, but I think the waist can go a lot smaller. I think what we're going to do is I made right here a place to make a slit because I knew I would want one to make this. It's a cotton non-stretch dress. Like, it needs a slit to be walkable. I think I'm gonna need to put a zipper in this. My zipper foot. You know what? One of the age-old things about being a sewer is like you hate putting zippers in. And you know what? One day when I was 18, I matured and I realized it's really not that hard, and I was just being a big old baby about it. And to be honest, I'm glad I had that day when I was 18, because when I was a kid, I would do everything to avoid putting a zipper in. I would only sew jersey fabrics so I didn't have to deal with figuring out closures, because I could just then get it to stretch and fit over me. And obviously that's psychotic. I feel like I didn't necessarily do a perfect job putting this zipper in. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble figuring this out. Like, normally I don't have an issue putting zippers on. And I got one half done, no problem. And I'm like, how do I do this? And you know, I really do think it might be the fact that I've been drinking. I feel like that's not really well done, but I also feel like it will get the job done for a try on. And that was moderately hard given the situation. I think the big takeaway was maybe I needed to take more in down here. I think that was in fact the takeaway. There's got to be some takeaway from this. Otherwise, I've just wasted my time doing and accomplishing nothing. It does feel like a kid again because I'm just doing stuff and not thinking about it. And like maybe in my head I was better at it when I was a kid, but I gotta be honest, I'm not impressed with me just doing and not thinking right now, at least. So I feel like I was moving a bit mad at first, and I was having trouble making like a skirt that fit. But now I like the way it fits. It's a little big on me, so I think I'd like to actually dart it because I think I actually like how it fits me in the legs. So I don't want to take it in too much on the side. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be opposed to taking it in a little bit. The thing is, I just don't want it to feel super like tight. So we're going to decide between just a couple darts or like more than that. I'm thinking I'm leaning. Oh my God. I think I'm leaning to 2 darts in the back, and that will be just perfect. I think they're going to need to be fairly large darts. So it might even be to my benefit to dart slightly in the front as well. But I think I'm going to keep 2 darts in the back. And then I like the way it fits all the way down. You know, this was more fun in my head than it has been. Problem is, I have started to sober up a decent amount, so now I'm just being a perfectionist again, and then I'm being a perfectionist with like something I've made that I've not spent a lot of time making well. I think I'm going to take it in a little bit at the sides because I wouldn't mind it being just a touch tighter. That being said, this is like the most creative I've felt sewing in a while because a lot of the time when I sew, I just use patterns now. I know I said I was going to dart it. Let's just ignore that. This is hopefully the type of entertainment you came to this video for. Oh my God. I know I'm putting it on with sweatpants underneath. It's just for modesty's sake. You know what? Yeah. That fits so much better because even this is still like the shape I wanted. But like before, I would have just been darting so much. I would have been darting like an absolute ton. Whereas now I'm doing like a somewhat more reasonable amount of a dart, which is just like, it just makes more sense. Yeah, so just 2 small darts in the back. Okay. I know I should measure before I do a dart. I'm kind of not going to. I don't know. Kind of just want to see what happens, you know? Just not going to measure. And we're going to hope it works out. And if not, that is what they made seam rippers for. Is it not? Yeah, it looks good. I do actually want the darts to look somewhat similar. Because if they don't, then it just looks messy. I do actually feel like it's a mistake to go ahead and like start darting things without measuring my darts. I am still doing it, but this has not been an effective tutorial by any means. But if you are going to sew independently and this video in some way inspires you to do it because it seems fun. Anyway, let's see how it fits. See if I got lucky. I think I kind of got lucky. I think I managed to dart this perfectly. Okay. You know what? This feels good. It was stressful for a minute. There was a minute where I was like, what am I doing? I'm going to ruin this fabric that I really liked, and I felt like the not inner child part of me coming out. But now that I see what it looks like on, I feel like I can work with this. I'm gonna go check what we have in the wine department and then maybe finish this. I know I want a band. I don't want to just leave it like this. Like I want to cut it down and make like a nice looking band. I feel quite nice about this. I feel like I've done something. And then like a band and then like buttons in the back to secure it. But yeah, look, I feel like it looks good. Okay, it took a while, but we got there. I do think it needs 2 smaller darts in the front. I also decided while I poured myself out a glass of wine, I decided it would be a good idea to take my makeup off. Because I knew I was just like, I'm going to get too tired, and then I'm not going to want to take it off, and then I'm going to fall asleep with my makeup on. I don't want to do that. The finishings don't need to be perfect. I just really don't want it to be like falling apart. You know what I mean? Honestly, if I didn't have to work for a living, I would go back to sewing school. Like I would go back to design school just to learn more. Because like, especially as far as like technical skills go, like I just want to be better. Like I've always had a good eye for it, but I have absolutely no training. Like I would like to know that I know what I'm doing. I know I was drunk, so like people are probably going to be like, well, of course it was hard. But it was kind of hard for me to get through that zipper, and I don't normally struggle with zippers, so it shot my confidence. So anxiety inducing, like figuring out what the best way to do something is. I don't know if anybody else like grew up with like a creative passion they really loved, and then they became like an adult and they just like struggled to figure out how to make it fit into their life. But I definitely feel that like anxiety. And if you guys do too, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm also like glad I'm not alone in these feelings. So I feel like low-key this exercise, although is like sending me deep into existentialism, is kind of helping because I don't have my wits about me. Now I think I just need to hem the bottom and then the top, which is pretty, I think it looks pretty good for like, let's get drunk and sew together vibes. I might make the band. I'm going to find the interfacing to make like the band and then like a double layer. And then just encase it around this and then just hem it. And then I should be done. And I feel like it's kind of artsy and cute. The only thing I'll say about it is like it's a bit like a tablecloth. It's okay. It's kind of fun. So I pressed the hem out, so now it's just time to hem it. And once I'm done with that, I think maybe we style this skirt in a few different ways, you know? While I work on the hem, I guess we could talk over sort of some lessons I feel like I learned doing this, which is, first of all, I don't think you need to get drunk to do this. I think that was partially just like what gave me, I was like, oh, that would be silly and fun. But I think regardless, I just enjoyed the energy of sewing because I like to sew, not to make something perfect. And it was nice to finish things. It was nice to finish something, you know, in a night. Sometimes I think I've been feeling down on sewing because I'm working on like a big project right now. And when you're working on a big project, you know, just the end feels so far away all the time. And that's a rough feeling. So it was nice to make something simple and fun and just do it because I enjoyed doing it. For me, it actually served my purpose because after I worked on this, I just was coming up with all these fun things that I wanted to make just because I wanted to make them. So would I recommend getting drunk and sewing? No. But I also feel like it helped me reactivate some of the creative energy that was feeling really fatigued. Anyway, I think all in all, sometimes we have a habit of building things up as like harder and less attainable and less doable in our head than they actually are. And I feel like it honestly only serves to keep us from doing the things that we would do. So every now and then I think it's kind of actually fun to let yourself go and just do it because it's fun, and like not care if it comes out good or bad or anything in between. Just do something because it's fun to do it. I think the skirt is cute. I think it was fun to make, and I'm excited to come up with some fun ways to style it. I feel like it's a good summer piece, especially too. Like this pattern just feels so fresh and summery to me. So yeah. So this is how I styled the skirt I made for like summery months. And I feel like it's so cute. Like it's such a cute little outfit for the summer. I definitely love it. There are two things I would say. One, as cute and adorable as this skirt and this fabric is, it's a little see-through. So I would have to be careful not to stand in direct light or just own the fact that it was see-through or add a lining at some point just so I can actually wear it. But I do really like how the skirt came out, and I don't think it would be that hard to add a lining. I would just have to remove the band and add like a little additional skirt. But yeah, I think it's such a cute summery little skirt. I do absolutely love how it came out. I haven't put the hook and eye in yet because I'm waiting for it to be delivered. But I feel like this purse I made, yeah. Custom made sandals from Ravello, my just regular Fruit of the Loom ribbed tank top, a vintage Levi's denim vest, and then this little bag I made. And I think it's really fun and colorful and cute, but it also feels quite minimal. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this came out. And you know, if you guys enjoyed this video, I think please let me know. It really does help me out. You know, I hope you kind of found it inspiring, and I hope it inspired you to recapture some of your own creative energy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.